Hi, I'm Thomas.
And I'm Jamie.
And we are Big Oaks Little Farm.
So we call ourselves Big Oaks Little Farm for good reason. We have lots of big oak trees.
Today we are working on a project. We are starting to get ready for our spring gardens. And so the project we are working on is to try and mulch some of our enormous amounts of leaves that we have around here. Years past, we've always just kind of raked them into piles and burned them. This year we're trying to reuse them to actually help our growing season.
Last year we did actually put some leaves onto the garden area, but we did not mulch them up, and so they didn't break down very well. And that's kind of what we're trying to do, is build on the soil that's there as well as just to kind of mulch it and try to suppress weeds a little bit.
So the project that we are working on today, we have a burn barrel that we've used in the past just for like burning scrap wood and things like that, and some of our paper and cardboard trash, which we then take and put on our compost pile and stir in with the rest of the soil. We got that emptied, and we are trying to fill it with leaves. So we're going to fill it with leaves. We're going to use my weed eater, and we're going to run it until it's smaller, chewed up pieces, morselized pieces of leaves. And then Jamie's going to take it, and or we're going to take it, and she's going to spread it on her garden.
This is actually an idea that I saw on Facebook. It wasn't a video, it was just talking about putting them in here and doing this. So this will be our first time to do this, and we'll let you know how it goes.
So basically we do have some that is morselized. I'm going to work on this some more because there's still a couple of big leaves in there. But that's kind of the gist of how it works. It works a lot better than we actually anticipated. So this actually worked really well. We're pleased with how it's going. We're going to refine it a little bit more on the process, how we like to do it, what size leaves we want to shred to. But hey, you know, we saved a bunch of money because I know there are some leaf and small twig shredders out there, and we saved the money because this is like a $12 barrel from our feed store, and we already had the weed eater.
We had talked about getting one of those
little
leaf and twig shredders, but this is working pretty well, so we'll stick with it. to grow on the edge of my garden is lemongrass. Now this lemongrass is done for the year. Normally it is a green. Oh my gosh, even dead it smells really good. So we use lemongrass for tea. We actually package and sell our tea at market. And so what's behind me actually makes me a little sad, because I could have harvested all this, but I just didn't get to it before it got too cold and all died. Now I did get a lot of harvest off of this year, and I do still have tea packaged up, but knowing now that it's over for this season, it will come back next year, and I do have a lot of it. And we can like kind of harvest one at a time, and it grows back very quickly. Great plant, easy to grow. But I was going to show you what I do to mulch around these when I have extra like this. So I'm just gonna grab a bit like this, get some pruners, and clip it off. Now I can just lay it down like that, but I like to chop it up a bit so that it's just a bit of a finer mulch. So I'll just kind of go through and clip it. And I do this too when I harvest the leaves for tea. If the ends of them have started turning brown at all, I'll cut the ends off and do this. So I kind of do this all summer. So what I end up with is just this like kind of sort of like straw. It smells so good. Lemongrass smells amazing. But I just kind of pile this around it, and it helps suppress the weeds. And to overwinter these, and they will come back, I just clip them off low to the ground. I do try to kind of pile up some on top of it or leaves on top of it to give it a little extra protection. I don't know if that's actually necessary. I just have always done that. And they have always come back, with the exception of last year when we had what Texans referred to as snowpocalypse, because here in Northeast Texas we are not used to actually having snow. And it was actually really fun for the first day or two, but by the end I think we were very tired of carrying 5-gallon buckets of warm water to all of our animals to thaw their water buckets out. But anyway, even through that, at that time I think I had 4 plants, and 2 of them came back and 2 did not. So even through that, some of them did survive, and then I added to them this year. I was actually at a nursery, and they had this big, I want to say it was like one of the 5-gallon ones. It was really big. That was a lemongrass, and it was huge, and some of it was dying out. It needed to be repotted super bad, and so I ended up getting a really good deal on it because it didn't look very good. But I just brought it home and pulled it out of the pot, divided it up, and now I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 8 separate little clusters here. Lemongrass is very easy to separate out and get starts from. I've actually given people starts. It grows kind of like chives. They actually, the bottom of the plant looks very similar to chives. And so you just dig one up. Let me see if I can pull one out to show you what they look like. So it's just like this little shoot. And there will be a bottom that has roots come out, but even from this, I could root this in water. But if I'm giving them to somebody, I do actually dig up a good portion of it so that I am giving a good start. But then it multiplies like crazy. So, I mean, some of these I put a very small amount in, and now it's about this big around now, and it probably started about like that. So they grow very quickly. They're very easy to grow, and you can use the plant itself to mulch it, so it's pretty fantastic. I hate that I have to stop, but daylight is fading and I do have to cook dinner eventually. So it's about 4 o'clock. I got not quite halfway down my row of lemongrass here, so I still have some work to do, but it has been so nice to be out working in the garden. I have missed my garden. This has been... Finny, are you so handsome? And there's Luna. Anyway, I have been longing to work in my garden, and it's a beautiful day today. It is 61 degrees Fahrenheit. It's been lovely to be outside today.
Alrighty guys, that's a wrap on what we did today. We still have many more leaves, many more barrels to go through. But being that we had about half an hour, we knocked out two barrel loads. And got leaves on one full row of the garden, just one. But it is what it is.
It's only half an hour. It's not bad.
Only half an hour. So, alrighty. Happy homesteading.